Hey, I'm Jason Creel. Let's talk about scalping your lawn early in the season. You know, there's different opinions on whether you should scalp your lawn or not. And I think it's a practice that's mostly done, in warmer weathers where you got the southern grasses like Bermuda grass, zoysia grass. And those are the type of things that people want to scalp, and the purpose being that your grass would green up sooner. And so, I had a friend of mine explain to me, early in the season, you'll notice where the grass turns green first is usually along the edge of the curb or a sidewalk or a driveway. And he explained the reason that is because you have that heat hitting the sidewalk, that part gets hotter, and so that warmer temperature makes the grass right along the edge green up. Well, it's a similar principle with scalping your lawn. If you've got this thick Bermuda lawn and it's basically providing a shade, keeping the sunlight from getting down to the roots. And so if you can scalp off that dormant grass and allow the sunlight to get to the roots and warm that area faster, then it's going to green up quicker. So, that's the general idea. Now, my thoughts on it, because if you're in the lawn business and you have customers that want you to scalp their lawn, or maybe you're just a homeowner and you want to do it yourself, it can be a job depending on how thick your grass is. So what I typically do, let's just say what I deal with primarily is Bermuda grass. And so healthy Bermuda is just really thick, and so basically by late in the fall, you're having to raise your deck and cut the grass a lot higher because the Bermuda is growing fast and it's thick. And so what I do, typically our mowing season here in Alabama is maybe mid-March to end of October. So I may have to raise the deck throughout the summer on into September, but by October the grass is starting to slow down a little bit. So what I'll do is, even in October, I'll try to get the grass down some. I'm not talking about scalping it, but if I've been cutting it at 3 inches, throughout the summer into September, then maybe by the end of October I can get it down to 2.5 inches. Okay, so that's not as low as I want to get it in the springtime, but still that helps so that come next spring you don't have quite as much dormant grass to deal with. So then, come mid-March or whenever you want to scalp your lawn, you just drop the deck even further. And so you can mulch it or you can bag it. I mean, if you're going to mulch it, honestly, bagging or mulching, you're going to have grass flying everywhere. So, sometimes I see people even wear dust masks when they're scalping their lawn because it can really be a dust bowl. But, as far as, I think some of the concerns about it are whether or not you could have possible root damage. Let's say you scalped your lawn early and then you had a real hard freeze. Is that going to cause some damage? Maybe it's because I live in Alabama, but I just never have seen that. I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I'm just saying I haven't seen it. So that's usually not a concern with me. But my typical practice, mowing lawns, like I said, I would try to get the lawns lower in October. And then when I come back around in March, I usually, unless the customer asked for it, I didn't try to scalp them all at one time. I just, didn't see the point of it, So basically, because like I said, it's a lot of grass. When you're bagging, you're talking about a lot of dead grass. So, so what I would do was I would try to take it maybe 3 cuts. So the first cut, let's say the grass is pretty thick. So I would take a good bit off the first time, and then I'd come back 2 weeks later, mow it again. I'd take it down another notch, and then usually by the 3rd cut, I'm down to that low level that I want to be. So, it's a little bit slower process, but I'm just saying if the grass is really thick and you're trying to take it from real thick to real low, you can do it, but if you're not bagging, you're going to have, clippings everywhere. And if you are bagging, you're going to have a ton of bags. So I tried to spread it out over multiple cuts and to get it down to the level I wanted it to be in the spring. So Anyway, I hope that helps. I mean, yes, scalping does work. It does allow the sun to get in there and green your lawn up faster. So, you know, I don't think it's a bad idea. I just, unless the customer specifically asks for it, I found it easier to drag that out over a few trips instead of doing it all at once. Hope that helps. Thanks.